Apologies for making you all wait. Time to get started with this segue story. Now, just to let you know, this may not be as long as our usual sessions for WUWA, simply because the major events currently for lahai-roi are, this feels like it's going to be a segue into bigger events. So now we have the mission, All That Sunlight Touches. And let's see here. Oh, quite a lot. Oh, right, because I was participating in that little web event. Claim all. I wonder if anyone has ever hit delete by accident. I wonder if anyone actually has. It'd be a bit scary for that to happen. But I've been working because I've been gaining some more asteroids by going around doing events and actually making my way and completing things I haven't done in Jinjo and Renacita, because I'm working on 100%ing all of these regions, so it's not like, I need to go back there because I'm missing a chest. I want to get to a point where I have pretty much everything done within WUWA, and it's not like it's impossible for me to get that done. But I want to get to that point, so it's not like, I gotta do this, and I gotta do that. So, I already got Galbrena, and I already got her weapon. The newest resonator is Luuk Herrson. You know I need to use this voice when I refer to Luuk Herrson. So, wait. I think I spelled his name wrong in the description. Give me a sec. Yep, I spelled it. There we go. Luuk with 2 U's. Sorry about that, everybody. Okay. So, the newest resonator is Luuk Herrson, the Doctor Resonator, who I said looked extremely cool. However, I am not going to try and pull for him because I already have Imeth. And recently, I got her weapon as well, so I'm good on Imeth and her weapon, and I'm just really focusing on optimizing Imeth. Yo, we back with another Suffering Waves. Yes, welcome back, Ramil. I hope life has been treating you well. I am not going to pull for Luuk. I am under no reason to pull for Luuk at all. I feel no inclination to do so. Yeah, I feel no inclination to do so in terms of trying to pull for him. So I'm not even really worried about it. I'm fine with Imeth right now. I'm just fine with Imeth. And I've been working on getting Imeth to a good degree in terms of her skills. I've been checking out what people roll with her. And all that I'm really trying to do is get her ascended, so that way I can focus on getting like the other smaller items, so I can start ranking up her skill tree, which apparently the ones I need to be focusing on first above all else is her Forte Circuit and her Liberation. Before I start trying to increase all these other things, this is really where the focus needs to be, because I mean a good crux of her skills relies on her Forte and her Liberation skills, thusly. But I am working on that. Maybe one day I'll try and go after characters again to extend their little meters, but being a free-to-play player, you gotta weigh your options. You gotta be wise with your digital finances, as it were. And I think I still need to work on Rover and optimizing him. But let's go ahead and get back to the Academy. And let's go ahead and get this little story mission started. But it's a good day. I've already uploaded my I already uploaded my gameplay of the Space Marine 2 Disruption update and all the stuff that came with that. Segway, all that
Luuk
sunlight
texted me to
touches.
go over the exostrider plan at the infirmary. Better get going.
So I don't expect this to be as long as the other ones. So we'll just move through this as normal. I keep forgetting you have a protective barrier, so I can't just drop in. I can't just drop down here like I'd like. Because me, I would just hop off. I would just hop off the edge, and that'll be it. Ah, there we go. I can't wait to talk to Luuk, though. Maybe we'll find out more about why he knows Rover.
Mivora. She's been staying here to recover. How are you recovering from your injuries, Mivora?
Oh, it's you, Rover. Yes. I'm feeling much better. Dr. Herrson took very good care of me. I just did what he said and rested for a few days here, and I barely feel any pain now. Are you here to visit him?
Yes, we have something to discuss. Is he here?
He's in the counseling room next door. My friend Sigrika is in there. It might take a while, huh?
Thanks. Take care of yourself.
How to put this? I think you can have more faith in yourself, Sigrika.
Faith in myself.
You see, people can be more perceptive than you might realize, including those you care about. So try not to take everything to heart. Go a little easier on yourself. Good or bad, true or false, these things have a way of coming to light. And as your friend Denia said, sometimes a little distraction is good for your health.
Yeah. I'll give it a try. Thank you, Dr. Herrson.
You're welcome. Again, don't push yourself too hard. I take it you're the type who'd suddenly bolt up in bed at night, wide awake, worrying about an exam? And that'd probably go on for a whole week.
Huh? Is it really that obvious?
Only my conjecture. Would you like some candy? Sweets help keep a smile.
Sure. And is it okay for me to come back some other time, Dr. Herrson?
Why, of course. Feel free to visit my office anytime, Sigrika.
So, about that exostrider plan you mentioned. Let's get into it.
All in good time. Let's start with something lighter first.
Something lighter?
Any topic at all, but let's slow the tempo a little. You're too eager. Your emotions are clouding your judgment. You must feel it too. Here, a piece of candy. It'll help take the edge off and lighten the mood.
No. Thanks.
I understand your anxiety over Imeth's situation. You've always held her dear, but it's taken more out of you than you realize. Things are best taken one step at a time. The Exostrider hasn't awakened yet. The key is to pace ourselves. Slow and steady, right?
I mean, can't exactly blame the guy. No, you're not wrong. After everything cause my goodness. I'm gonna say this, and I've been saying this for quite a while, since the events of, I wanna say Renacita. Wuthering Waves is good, very good, at storylines that either make you second guess a person or even feel for individuals we normally wouldn't feel for. Like, who knew we would be having, who knew way back when, and it wasn't too long ago, who knew that the community of Wuthering Waves would be so divided on whether Frolova was right with what she said or whether Rover was right with what he said? Who knew there would be such a continental shift down the community in how these stories were done? That particular story is done. And then you find out that Imeth, this little ghost girl that's been floating around the school, literally might as well be Rover's daughter, and everything that went with her. And she's been in a loop where she experiences going through everything that she's been through, only to have to make the loop happen again, over and over and over again. And then we try to pull her out, and as a result of that, her body is left in a catatonic state, where it's her body's there, but her mind and everything that makes Imeth isn't there. So that's just like, it's like, now we have to proceed with the knowledge that Rover has been around for a very, very long time. Raised to Imeth ever since she was a little girl. And Rover doesn't have a way of getting back home. Literally, Sigillum was there to try and open up a rift just so that Rover could have a way to come back. I thought Sigillum was trying to take care of itself, but no, Sigillum was there to try and get Rover back home. Even though Rover said that there was no way for him to really go back home. It was like a one-way trip with whatever mission he's doing. He's here to save the world, but even with that context, we still don't know anything, despite him saying that. So, after everything that's happened in the last major story mission that we all went through, I don't blame him for not wanting Candy. Candy is not going to smooth over the emotional turmoil this dude had to reintroduce to himself. So yeah, I don't blame him.
Okay, you're right. Let's table the Exostrider for now. Let's talk about you, Luke. I trust Imeth. What we experienced together proved she was telling me the truth. And there's a connection there I can't ignore. But you and me, we might be strangers in passing who became confidants, as you put it. But it feels like every conversation we've had just skims the surface. I prefer to know who I'm working with before jumping into something as big as opening the Strider Gate. It'll affect the entire lahai-roi region.
Point taken. It seems a proper introduction is long overdue. Please, ask me anything. I'll answer as candidly as I can.
Are you a consultant from the Black Shores?
That I am not. Work that leaves documented trails doesn't suit my style. But I am acquainted with quite a few bloom bearers.
Imeth said she didn't know you well. but that I could trust you. You also know about the bond between me and her. How?
Imeth is a sharp girl. Even though you never introduced me to her, she could read between the lines of your actions. She's a lot like you. Smart, driven, good at bearing burdens. Though she's proven to be even more stubborn than you are. After you left lahai-roi, she came to see me a few times in the name of counseling. To learn about you.
You didn't tell her anything.
I didn't. You had other tasks for me here in lahai-roi. You didn't let us properly get to know each other because you wanted to shield her from my line of work. She later stopped these visits after realizing that. Still, I really hoped she would have opened up to me more. You both tend to keep things to yourselves, and that's never good for anyone.
One last question. What did you mean? I had other tasks for you.
That is a key topic, but not suitable for discussion here. The Space Trek Collective is backed by a number of different nations and powers. Their internal politics are of no concern to us. There are many watching eyes among the support staff. The infirmary is, after all, a public space. Why don't we take this somewhere more private?
To where?
I have a place in mind. Just come with me, golden boy.
Pros: she grew up to be like Rover. Cons: she grew up to be like Rover.
More personal business to attend to again, Dr. Herrson?
Shh. Just a quick break, Nana. Mind holding down the fort? The next shift will be here soon.
Take care, Doctor. Do try to return in one piece.
Don't worry. I have him with me today.
Who in the background watching? I saw them legs. Who watching?
Sundermere.
Yes. I keep a small workspace of my own here.
Why, yes, I keep a workspace off to the side, where it's impossible for anyone to get to. Those are the best kind of labs. I have it on this offshore site that only a special few people are capable of getting to normally. Everyone else is going to be a very difficult, if not impossible, time.
Leave them to me. Let's not waste any more time. Ash takes form.
The doctor is in. He will see you now. That is literally Nero. That is literally Virgil's move from Devil May Cry. Just have it spinning.
A bearable price.
Virgil, you're not allowed to run.
Finally, some blood.
Because you have to remain focused.
The Exostrider's sword emits a unique frequency. It shields my workspace from most long-range detection methods.
You picked a good spot.
This is like Death Stranding 2, where Sam shielded his home by making it seem like there were BTs around the area. People really know how to make good use of hologram tech, don't they? A small workspace. Here, fading voices and hidden trails are woven into a web, and the rationale of liquid gold is patiently unraveled.
Quite a stash.
This is what a secret room is about. Now, where were we? Let's start with the conclusion before we get into all the details. You asked me to come to lahai-roi to watch for any Fraxidus activity. Warren was the first Fraxidus mole you uncovered, and he certainly won't be the last. Think of the Space Trek Collective as a web of competing powers. It's as much a haven for independence as a playground for agendas. An isolated polar region, rich with exoswarm and the potential for technological breakthrough. Lahai-roi is a gold mine, even for the Fraxidus.
You're saying the fall of Helios wasn't their real goal?
It was one of several. After your journey in Huanglong and Renacita, I'm sure you've come to realize their true aim.
The Thenodian. Aleph 1.
Correct. Given the Thenodian's unique nature, it's sure to catch their attention. Moreover, Aleph 1 is closely linked to the Strider Gate, which may be our ticket to outer space.
Spying on the Fraxidus is risky. Why would I have chosen you for this task?
Let's put this into perspective here. The Fraxidus have first tried to gain our attention back in Huanglong. Scar failed, trying to tell us this long, drawn-out, over-convoluted story, trying to gain our favor and join their side. They failed there because Rover wasn't having it. Then we switch over to Renacita, where the Fraxidus decide, let's plunge this entire area into despair, take control of the Thenodian here, and then try and bring about another lament. Another calamity. They failed there. We stopped them. Once again. Now, they have basically upped the ante. Because all of these things that they tried to take over, all these things they tried to do have just been regular region-based, planetary even. Now they're trying to get their hands on a Thenodian that is capable of, that is closely tied to the ability to open up gates into space itself. So they went from like, let's get them to our side. Failed. Try harder. Okay, let's plunge this entire nation into despair and try to take over that Thenodian for our own purposes. Failed. Okay, let's go even bigger. Let's take control of a giant space alien that can open up warp gates. Now you're talking. It's like a very I feel like there was a couple extra steps before you jump from let's take over this thing that's on this planet to let's take over this space anomaly that is capable of manipulating the time-space continuum to open up gates across space itself in the universe. I feel like they decided, you know what, we've been thinking way too small. Let's just jump up to our next goal that is literally galactic levels of a threat. It is really just a galactic level threat with Aleph 1. So I think this is kind of bad. I think them trying to get their hands on it is I think they saw that they were failing too much with these little quote-unquote small goals, that the Fraxidus says, let's go after something so big that it's really gonna have to make Rover go all out in order to stop us. Because if we get our hands on this galactic space entity that can open up gates across space, who can stop us? So I feel like the Fraxitives are tired of going after quote-unquote small fry, and now said, we're going to space. And the fact that we're going to space, I did not think that space would play any part in this game's story when I first started last year. When this game launched last year, I never thought that space would be an avenue that we could possibly consider going to. But here we are, at a location where the main crux of this place's Academy's education is literally space. And my battery is about to die. But let's continue with this story. Real Aleph 1. I can do more feats, to be honest. Don't say any more. Let me find out what's going on with this story as I progress. No spoilers. I want to find out.
Well, that is a bit of a long story. You've always preferred to see things for yourself. Please, follow me to that table.
I've been using this controller so much, I won't say it's almost every day where it says battery life is, the battery charge is about to go, but I do be using this controller a lot. It might be time for me to get a new one in the future at some point, because I've been using this red controller ever since ever since Marvel's Spider-Man came out. And that was like, what, 2000 and... What was that? What year was that? 2017? Insomniac Spider-Man, first Spider-Man game? I believe that's when I got this. No, I think I got this controller when I got my PS5, which was still a couple years ago. I can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember. But it might be time for me to get a new controller. If only they didn't cost the whole price of a whole game! But that's a conversation for another time. You examine the transparent container, which appears to have some kind of liquid inside. There is a golden hue quietly contained inside. I would hate to see what a golden hue that was loudly contained inside would look like. You realize it looks identical to the blood that flowed from Luke's hand during your fight in the space station.
The golden serum, developed by the Naviale group. But I prefer its other name, Ichor. My father started it as a medication for rare diseases. But as research progressed, it came to represent something far more ambitious. The drug of evolution.
Evolution? Sounds like something the Fraxis would like.
Well, on paper it worked. I became its resonator, so it would be unfair to say it was entirely useless. But I was a rare case who survived. All it cost me was excruciating pain and my color vision. Most test subjects like me didn't make it. It wasn't until I met you that I realized there was more to the story. The rest is in my study, shall we?
See, okay, so I hear that word pronounced either Ichor or Icor, because here it's pronounced Ichor. In Code Vein 2, it's pronounced Icor. Which is the correct pronunciation? Because I flip-flopped between it when I was playing Code Vein 2. Is it Ichor or Icor? The picture is a child's drawing of a family, rendered in simple, earnest lines. This is a child's drawing? This is actually kind of good. This is a child's drawing? Hold on. They got like the look of the stairs and everything, like each individual steps, the shadow in the background, the different hues of hair color. Even the designs of the father's shirt, undershirt, and everything, the jewels, and that looks like Luke off to the left side because of the hair highlights. But whoever child did this, y'all pretty good. A father and an older and younger brother, each one wearing a big, happy smile. On the back of the framed picture, a scribbled note reads, "Always happy, Ryan Herrson." I know I said I was going to use a German accent, Ryan Herrson, but Ryan Herrson. I'll just say it normal. It must have been drawn years ago, but the frame is carefully preserved and shows little wear.
My brother Ryan drew this picture. We're not related by blood. Father took us both in after his own children passed away from a rare illness long ago. Ryan never could handle pain, but he was easy to cheer up. Whenever the grown-ups would give me candy, I'd save it all for him.
So, that's why he always has candy with him.
For a while, I tried to be the perfect son Father wanted. It never worked, so eventually I stopped trying. It only got worse from there. What Father tried to do to Ryan was unforgivable. And then came that accident. I thought what my father did was a rather mundane story. A cliché, someone trying to atone for past guilt, only to cause greater harm. Until your hints made me suspect it was someone's staged finale. So I had my father's grave exhumed. It was empty.
Well, that's not good. When your father's grave doesn't have anybody in it. And that's not a good sign. Either y'all got zombies or something else is going on. You examine the burnt page. Many parts of it are illegible due to the burns. It appears to have been salvaged from a fire. Judging by the legible content, it's a report. It mentions lahai-roi in void matter and was originally designed for the new Federation. At the bottom of the report, you find a signature, the Fraxidus's insignia. Oh, somebody was trying to burn away evidence.
The entire Lola logistics carrier was already blown to smithereens by the time I recovered this page. I managed a quick glimpse before the fire consumed most of the page. It is a report from an overseer.
A Fraxidus Overseer's report on its way to the new Federation.
Yes. Tucked away in a Lola logistics delivery box. The recipient is Eris in the new Federation.
Those 3 items you just showed me. Did the Fraxidus get into Noviali's work after learning about the Icarus potential for evolution?
They didn't just get into our work. They went a step further. Replacement. Have you ever met the Fraxidus's Grand Architect?
The thousand-faced survivor. We met near the Styx Lake deep within the Dark Tide. Wait. Does this mean your father was...
Yes. My father was just another face the Grand Architect borrowed. Though looking back now, I can't recall the moment the real him was taken. I think the Grand Architect sees life and death as a game. I wouldn't be surprised if Father was even smiling in his coffin as we buried him in that downpour. So, that's your answer. Why did you choose me? Because I have a very personal reason to go after the Fraccidus. Hatred.
Hatred. Even now.
Now, it has become something of a habit. Continue this train of investigation and you'll see for yourself what they are. But before you do, there's something I should share. My friends in the Black Shores told me you've already had a few run-ins with certain overseers. Is that right?
3. Cristoforo, Filova, and Scar. Plus the Grand Architect you mentioned.
Ah, those names do ring a bell. Filova is codenamed Hecate. Cristoforo? Arachnos. Intriguing, isn't it? The flair they have for their own branding. But it's a telling detail. The codename can reveal its owner's style, personal tastes, and even ambitions. Think about it. A powerful resonator who causes chaos at random leaves no trail to follow. But give them a preference, a pattern. We can start to build a profile from the pieces. I've been compiling reports on the Overseers for years. Allow me to share what I've learned so far. I've reactivated your access. You'll find the door controls right over there.
Oh, open the hidden door? Give me a sec. I know the passcode because Dexter had it in the episode. The passcode is Star Wars. As long as Rover doesn't fall asleep with a mixtape that is constantly saying omelette du fromage, then he shouldn't have to worry about not being able to get into his laboratory. In Dexter's laboratory, he's the strongest boy you've ever seen, but Didi blows his experiments to smithereens. There's doom and gloom while things go boom in come on.
The Fraccidus is loosely organized. Most of its members have only undergone basic, artificially induced body modification. They're not terribly difficult to neutralize. But if you encounter artificers with more creative modifications, you're likely looking at the handiwork of Hydra. Hydra is their leading mind on human evolution and body modifications. Whoever they are, they often work in tandem with Siren. In other words, if you spot one, be on guard in case the other is lurking close by. Zashiki Warashi won't require much of your attention. This overseer primarily operates in Ashinohara, a region that's been largely destroyed by the Lament.
Ashinohara. I've heard of it somewhere before.
The girl we had in the infirmary for a while. Chisa, I remember. The city that trapped her, Onami, is part of Ashinohara. Now, on to 2 key pieces of the puzzle. I did say the Fraccidus was a loose organization, but even the most scattered cells still need funding to function. Remember that report from earlier? It's only a matter of time before you go to the new Federation. And based on the intel I've gathered, that's their most critical base of operations. And where you'll find Eris.
How critical? Do they operate in the open?
Not exactly. But in a place where money talks, they must have members in the highest echelons of government and business. Key members. Their foothold in the new Federation has given them immense leverage. With that endless stream of wealth, the Fraccidus operates with impunity across the planet. Speaking of which, Star Torch Academy is also heavily funded by the new Federation. To be blunt, They're the Space Trek Collective's single largest donor.
Eris, huh? Duly noted. I'm assuming the other key piece is the Grand Architect?
The Fraxidus Grand Architect. Their true name is unknown. They only appear through borrowed identities. Real people, legendary beings, and even the phantoms of the dead from others' memories. I did brush shoulders with them once. It was a shame. I had no idea at the time, and missed my shot. This pen was the only thing I brought back from that great fire. I have yet to decipher the lettering, but it shows one thing for sure. The Grand Architect has been around for a very, very long time. It's a pity you called me to lahai-roi. Otherwise, I would have continued following that trail. But you always have a good reason, right?
You uncovered all this by yourself.
More or less. I did have some help along the way.
To get your hands on one of the Grand Architect's personal items, you did more than just follow a trail. You infiltrated them.
Playing along with them isn't that difficult once you get the hang of it. Like I said, they are a loose organization.
Knowing the Fraxidus, stealing all that intel on the Overseers is risky, no matter how loose they are. Each infiltration will only be more dangerous than the last.
Real quick, Dominique, hello, hi, how are you? And Shibam, hello to you as well. I really hope you guys' days have been good. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy. I'm playing through this Segway after story for the first time, so shh, no spoilers. Because, yeah, just like Don said, the lore is loring. The lore is loring in this little after story.
Luke, how can a doctor who doesn't value his own life save anyone else's?
You know, this is the second time you've said those words to me.
They got away again.
Somebody's having their Sephiroth Nibelheim moment. Just standing in the fire. Estons interis ira vehementi.
If I hadn't been so cautious, I could have taken care of them this time.
I should send today's findings to him. It's been 2 years. Suppose I'm due for a report. Good. You got the intel. Would have been a shame if I got myself killed for nothing. You want me to go to lahai-roi? Why?
There's evidence of their activity in lahai-roi. I need you to keep an eye on things. And frankly, you need a break.
Now is not the right time.
You've already drawn enough attention. Do we really have to wait for you to get killed to decide it's the right time? How can a doctor save anyone else's life if he doesn't value his own? Keep pushing like this, and you'll be no different from them.
Not pulling any punches, are you?
Trust me, that's only the warm-up. Lahai-roi is a nice place, Luke. Bright, passionate students. Beautiful snow. Perfect for slowing things down. Listen to me on this. Come.
Very well. As you wish. So I've led a leisurely life in the lahai-roi ever since. No need to worry. I know my limits.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first time we've seen blood on screen in Wuthering Waves, right? I don't think we've seen any blood on screen when Lene was talking about her past, her previous occupation as a mercenary. You know, like an actual mercenary, where she would kill people. We didn't even see any blood then. And I remember a lot of different screens. I don't remember them actively showing blood on there. So yeah, I think this might be the first time we actually see blood on screen for Wuthering Waves. And it's Lou just standing in a sea of flames, be all like, no, I still got work to do. You, like, imagine hearing someone say that and you see blood on their face says, no, I can't leave because there's still some loose ends to tie up. He has that face of, you know what? I don't think I'm going to ask him any questions. I don't think I'm going to fight him. He's standing in a sea of flames. It'd be like that one henchman where Batman infiltrated a mansion. He walks in, he sees Batman, they both say nothing. The henchman walks out. One other henchman goes like, you okay? Everything all right? And the dude is all like, nah, we good. And then just walks off. This is literally one of those.
Let's set aside the Fraxidus for now. We should discuss the Exostrider plan. But first, tell me what happened to you and Imeth in the Frostlands.
Also, isn't it crazy how Carlotta is still the latest Glacio DPS? It's now 3.1. She was released back in 2.0. Yeah, it is crazy. You know, the people we get the most elements for? We've been getting... Is it just me, or does it seem like anytime we get, like, maybe a different element, like maybe fire or arrow, we tend to fall back on fusion? Am I the only one who's been seeing a lot of fusion people lately? It just feels to me like when we get like arrow, we go back to fusion. Then we get fire, then we get another fusion. Then we go to spectro, then we get a fusion. Then we go to, electro, and then we go back to fusion again. I feel like there's so many fusion type characters because we have fusion Imeth. I believe Chissa is also fusion. I think Galbrenna is fire, I think. You know what? When the game allows me to look at all the resonators I have, especially the 5-star ones, we're going to see how many elements we have and which ones we're lacking in. Because I'm going to be serious with you. I feel like we got way more fusions. Last Electro was Bully. But our latest fusion is Imeth. So it's like we keep flip-flopping between one element and then fusion, then another element, then fusion, then another element, then fusion. It just feels like that to me. But we'll get to it. We'll look through my resonators if it allows me to. You briefly recount to Luke the events in the Frostlands.
See, Imeth, she. No wonder you're in such a state.
I understand her reasons. She was fighting for her dream, for lahai-roi, in the only way she knew how. And I respect that, the fate she chose for herself. But I won't accept it. There's more I haven't tried. I'm not done fighting for her.
Of course. I wouldn't expect you to give up so easily. Now, about the Exostrider. It started with the Space Trek Collective finding a giant solid-skin root network in Bjarter Woods. They identified it as the lid, sealing the Strider Gate, so to speak. It keeps the Threnodian's fractured forms sealed on both sides of the Strider Gate. Break it, and these forms will reunite. That wouldn't just spell lahai-roi's doomsday, but the entire world. But the Collective still yearned to open that gateway, to explore the unknown. So, they created the Synchronists. The idea was to use augmented resonance to amplify the Exostrider's power, hoping that would keep the Threnodian suppressed. But lately, the Threnodians' attacks on the seal have been increasing. I'm afraid the Fractsidus is also getting ready to make a move. With the reactor core returned, all you need now is a little patience. Wait for the Exostrider to awaken. Then we can focus on how to use it to find Imeth. You were a synchronist in the Academy once before. I'll speak with Lucilla about getting you piloting access.
Then I'll wait for your news, Luke.
Certainly, but our immediate priority should be the Fractsidus. I have a feeling they're planning to sabotage our plans for the Exostrider.
All right, while it gives me the ability to, I have the list of all the 5 stars we currently have in the game, along with every element.
Rover said he'd like to check on the Exostrider in the Frostlands before he left. Well, could be a way to take his mind off things. Now then.
Dr. Herrson, is something the matter?
Must you always assume the worst, Lucilla? Can't I just call to chat?
I find that highly unlikely, Doctor. Let's skip the preamble. What is it?
Rover.
Ah, so this is about Imeth. He was so tight-lipped with me about what happened in the Frostlands. Yet he spoke to you.
Sitting on our hands won't fix anything, and he was willing to open up. If a friend runs into trouble, I'll naturally step in to listen. Besides, what I have to share today benefits the Academy. It could help us get ahead of a few potential issues.
Very well. Let's hear it then. Meet me at the Institute, the usual spot.
Okay. Once it allows me control and people stop talking, then we can see how many elements we have. Cool. He's not going to say anything. Okay. So, looking at this list, starting from Arrow all the way down to Spectro, we have approximately 7 Arrow characters. 5, and these are just specifically 5-star resonators. We have 7 5-star Arrow characters. We have 4 Electro resonators. We have 7 Fusion. We have 3 Glacio. And we have 6 Havoc. And we have 8 Spectro. So we have more Spectro characters than anything, but Glacio and Electro are the least we have resonators for. Everybody else has either like 7 or 6. So I was wrong. It's not Fusion that has the most, it's Spectro. But you're right, the only Glacios we have is Carlotta, Lin Yong, the Fraud, and Jeje.
Take it easy.
Those are the only Glacios we have. How come we don't have another Glacio? You would think that with us being in a location that is literally nothing but snow and ice, this would be the prime place to introduce a new Glacio. You could have even made Luuk Glacio. How come we don't have as many?
My head's spinning. Oh, Dr. Herrson, it's good to see you.
Ethan, you looked fine not long ago. What happened to you?
My thesis, my spot at the...
Hold on. I recall you coming by the infirmary with good news earlier. Something about an institute professor recruiting you for your top marks? Is this the price you have to pay for that? Careful. You might get talked out of the job over health issues.
No, I will get that position at the Institute. I'll crawl there if I have to. I'll come back from the dead if I die first.
Now you're just delirious. I know getting this opportunity wasn't easy. You can't exactly just ask for time off. Come by my office later. I'll write you a sick note. You can't run yourself like an exoswarm, thinking you'll recharge the moment the sun comes up. It's not how we humans work.
Oh, thank you, Doctor. Good things are bound to come your way. This takes me back. I always got my best sleep passed out in your infirmary.
Let's see here. Who's still skipping their physical checkup? Ah, young Luke. What brings you to the Institute today?
Just here to discuss something with someone. How have your shifts been treating you these past few months?
Not bad. You know, these researchers, getting them in for a checkup is like pulling their teeth. I have to hunt them down myself. What do you say we grab a drink after my shift? The meal plans here are all nutritional efficiency. Taste like chewed up cardboard.
Of course. Why don't I show you that scout drone model I just finished while we're at it?
You work fast. You really do enjoy that sort of tinkering.
Taking things apart and putting them back together again is quite stress-relieving. It's a nice way to unwind after a day's work.
So, what do you say we sneak over to Rogan's place when we get a minute and liberate the cannon barrel from that precious bot of his? We can put it back after he's had a good meltdown.
I'd rather not be an accomplice to that. It's unethical. And I can't believe you're still holding a grudge over that fish he stewed behind your back.
I really don't think the senior doctor should have his license if he's thinking about, let's do something petty, and want someone else to join up with him. Least of all, someone like Luke. Nah, you crazy, bro. You crazy.
Have a seat, Doctor. Shame. I thought he would come with you.
He's been here before, but things are different now. I prefer not to have him tangled in the collective's trivial matters.
Fair enough. But I'm not like those stubborn old goats you're used to dealing with. I don't chase after pride or rank. All I care about is Star Torch Academy. Now go on. Give me the highlights, Dr. Herrson. The Fraxidus. I understand. I'll keep a closer watch. As for piloting the Exostrider, if he is capable, that's fine by me. The Research Institute will see to the preparations. That said, we can't ignore the risks that come with opening the Strider Gate. I have someone in mind who can help. But first, let me have a quick word with her. The Threnodian concerns every one of us at lahai-roi. I'll handle the board as you've asked. You focus on him and the matters here on campus.
Thank you for understanding, Lucilla. President. Our conversation went more smoothly than I expected. I thought you might think I had a hidden agenda. As a thank you, care for some candy?
I'll pass. I'm well aware of your candy outreach program across campus. I've had my fill of sweets over the years. As for what you said earlier, I've been here long enough to know exactly who you are. Thanks to your efforts in uncovering those moles, the Academy is safer, and we have far fewer headaches to worry about. What truly surprised us was your choice to stay all these years and become one of lahai-roi's steadfast guardians.
Oh, I'm just glad the President doesn't see me as some busybody.
You're the right kind of busybody. The kind we're happy to have.
A friend of mine sold me on this place. Went on and on about the beautiful snow and the bright, passionate students. Convinced me to come. But when I actually got here, nothing like the brochure he described. Turns out, 8 out of 10 staff members were planted here by different factions. Our students dream of reaching the stars, all while living in a gilded cage. Meanwhile, we have Roya dealing in exoswarm parts and colluding with new Federation smugglers. I know that these students aren't fools. They're the best minds from across the nations. If even I can see what's going on, how could they be blind to it? It's their ideals, their hope for the future that lets them endure the ugly realities of this place without becoming cynical. I only came to lahai-roi because a friend recommended it. But now...
Now you've grown to like it here, right?
Yes, same as you, Madam President. An urgent transmission from Nana. If you'll excuse me.
Dr. Herrson, there was a break-in at the infirmary. Nivora's being kidnapped by the one we previously detained, Warren.
What is your status? Are you severely damaged?
No need to worry. Just need time to prepare.
Understood. Prioritize damage control after this call. Notify the Academy's security department. It'll take time for them to respond. I'll go after Warren. Which direction did he take her?
Received message from the Academy. They're heading towards the Sky Arc space station in the Frostlands.
It's the Court of Savante space station he and I discovered before.
I'm on my way. Warren has escaped. He's taken a student and is heading for one of the debris fields in the Frostlands.
What do you plan to do?
I'm going after him. I'd like you to set up a perimeter there to cut off his escape and prevent any further risks to the Academy.
You want me to secure a perimeter while you go in alone to handle Warren?
I have a hypothesis. One I'd like to verify by myself.
Very well. Your track record warrants it. Go, Dr. Herrson. I'll expect good news.
Gotcha, my brother. Brother, the Tech Marine is wonderful. I know. Messing with the Tech Marine? What do you mean I could be doing executions while my gun is still shooting other Xenos? What do you mean I could be shooting other enemies just so casually?
Nivora. Why now?
Also, once the community reaches 300,000 completions of the disruption mission, we're getting some extra accolades, brother. Also, there is currently an event going on where if you watch up to 2 hours of people playing on Twitch, Space Marine, then you'll get the Porpire, axe skin. You'll get a Mark X breastplate, and you'll get 100 accolades just for watching up to 2 hours. 2 hours gives you the breastplate, 1 hour gives you the accolades, 30 minutes gives you the axe skin. So I already have 110. Once the community reaches 300,000, I'll have pretty much 300. And the decision will come down to what do I want to get a heroic-wise next. Because the new combat knife, the newest one with the spikes on the handle, I forget its name. I think it's called Argent Edge. I think that one's actually pretty cool. But I'm also thinking about getting the heroic Omniscion axe for the Tech Marine, so while I'm leveling him, he has some pieces of gear that he could be using the whole time. But I'm still considering. I believe the heavy bolt rifle also has a heroic version as well. So, dude, a lot of stuff. A lot of good stuff. I will say this, though. Do not buy the voice pack. Because I've been hearing a lot of things about how subpar the voice pack is for giving your Space Marine different voices. Do not buy it. People have been trying to get refunds on it simply because it seems very, very underdeveloped.
I know you've been here before. Take me to the data room. Now!
Okay, I'll do anything you say.
This is messed up. He's got a gun to
We're
her
heading
head.
deeper into the station. Is there someplace we haven't discovered yet?
Yes. Surgery.
Right on schedule.
I feel like Dr. Barber from Misadventures of Flapjack. Surgery.
Shame. Just one misstep. Imbalance ends here. Game over.
You say you need the heavy bolt heroic? I need to look into the heroic itself.
That's clear.
Also, I platinumed Borderlands 4 yesterday. Due to how the DLC allowed me to get a new vehicle, it basically just procced the trophy for getting all personal vehicles, and I got the platinum for Borderlands.
The researchers the Academy stationed here. 2 with gunshot wounds, but still alive. And this one? No vitals. Their bleeding stopped. I should keep going after Warren.
The fact Warren could not just lie down and accept the consequences for his actions of basically putting everybody in danger the first time, because he was already an issue when he tried to implement Lene and try to have her, tried. And all this bad stuff. Then the Helios dropping, which could have threatened everyone at the Academy. He was part of that too. Now dude is trying to get all this extra information and literally holding a student hostage. If he doesn't die by the end of this.
Right on schedule. I am the best. Accurate shame, a bearable price.
Also, back to what you said, Dawn. One thing I love about this game is the fact that no matter how many resonators they release, you can still beat the new events and challenges with a 4-star resonator. Ain't that nice? Ain't that nice where this is a game that doesn't encourage you or doesn't tell you, hey, in order for you to get past some of these harder challenges, you need 5 stars in order to get past all the hardest challenges. Dungeon mains still win to this day.
Path's clear.
People who like their favorite characters are still capable of winning because the game is not built to only be beneficial to people who have 5 stars. It's like everybody is viable.
Return to silence! Spatial anomalies. Did someone reactivate the Skyarc system?
I'll get out of lahai-roi, out of this cursed place.
It appears Warren's taken Navora to the data room we visited earlier. The path is blocked. It's those error modules again. I should use the adapter. It's cleared. Gotta keep moving. Almost there. Now, moment of truth.
I brought the student, just like you asked. So, where are you? Lahai-roi was just a minor setback. I'm still useful. I still have work in the new Federation. I still... Stop hiding! Say something! You! That doctor who's always watching.
You've reached a dead end, Warren. Don't you see that?
It's your dead end!
Skyarc's data room. There must be a reason. Was that just impulse? Or perhaps... Bullseye. Right on schedule.
Rise anew.
Gotcha.
A bearable price. Time to incise. Entombed in daybreak.
The doctor is here. I need you down here, sir.
Reaction start. Shame. Just one misstep. He's only unconscious. Everything's okay, Navora. How are you feeling?
I'm fine. It's just that he struck me in the back of the neck. It really hurts. I'm really scared.
It's okay. Don't force yourself to hold it in. After a shock like that, it's much better if you let it out. Keeping it bottled up is stressful in itself. Take your time. Tell me what happened when you're ready.
Okay. I'll try. I need a moment.
Then rest here for now. I'll go check on Warren.
Why does she keep looking at the pen?
I fell asleep on the hospital bed. When I woke up and opened my eyes, Warren was pointing a gun at my head. He was frantic, grilled me non-stop about Skyark, and when he found out I'd been to the station before, he forced me to bring him.
Why are you walking over to the gun?
Wait! Those researchers by the door!
One of them didn't make it. The other two are still alive.
I see. As for what else happened, I don't really remember.
That's all right. I've already formed a rough theory about his motives now. You should rest, Navora. We'll handle things from here.
Is that so? Then, Dr. Herrson, care to share your theory?
Oh. Oh!
Oh, Doctor. How mean. Is that any way to treat a student?
I'm afraid identity theft is not in the curriculum. Isn't that right, Grand Architect of the Fraxidus?
Him!
Since you insist on playing the student, I'll offer a lesson. It takes two to play a game.
My, played me for a fool, didn't you? I was going to kill you for a little one-on-one time with Rover. Shame.
Regrettable that you evaded what was meant for you.
But it's okay. Uncle Warren's dead. Nice and clean.
Being caught out in the open, and still he thought he could just vanish from lahai-roi and get away with this fiasco. The naivety is remarkable.
Anyway, I got back what I wanted too, so I'm a happy girl.
On my way here, I kept wondering why you acted so quickly. Didn't fit your usual style of staying in character until the very end. Just as I thought. You were after this pen.
Ah, yes. My precious. I couldn't find it anywhere. So it was you who took it from me. This is the first time someone's taken something from me. Oh, I almost forgot to ask. When did you begin to suspect?
If you must know, my suspicions began to deepen during our last visit to the space station, when you feigned that injury. Your acting had been flawless, Grand Architect, but even you cannot mimic what you don't understand. Death itself. To an immortal like you, no matter how many times you die, it's just another lost identity. And I happen to have seen you die before.
Oh? Is this why you've had your eye on me all this time? Let me think. Oops. Can't seem to remember. My bad. My real favorite things are the ones that are really old and far, far away. But you're something special, Dr. Herrson. You're the first person in forever to ever come this close. Without you, the game in lahai-roi would be so boring. So, you get prizes. And I promise, it's right up your alley. Now, for the first one. At the upcoming new solar celebration, among all the lovely students, stands a member of the Fraxidus. I'm so looking forward to that child's performance.
Telling us this doesn't do your spy any good.
But that's what makes it fun! It's a cat and mouse game. The mouse needs to know the cat is coming, or how else will it run fast enough on its little wheel? To win, you just have to be the hunter. And if you do end up catching that child, that just proves they were useless anyway.
That was only the first. What's the next one?
The next prize is right here in this data room. You're so smart, Dr. Herrson. I bet you've already figured it out, no? I had so much fun on this little trip to the Sky Arc. So, how did you feel seeing the etheric sea? Oh, home sweet home. Your faraway home. The one you can never, ever go back to. Leaving you there wasn't all for nothing. The look on your face was the sweetest treat. Let's be sure to have more fun like this in the future. Until next time, you two. I wish you a pleasant past, present, and future.
Why did you stop me? You think we couldn't have stopped her here?
Yes. My goal was to gather intelligence, not apprehend the Fraxidus' Grand Architect. When we dug up my father's empty grave, I realized that it is no simple feat to find an immortal who leaves no trail. The Grand Architect may appear to act on a whim, but in my observation, that playfulness is just another layer of disguise. There's a purpose behind it. When Nana called earlier, something felt off. Warren is a researcher himself. Why would he need to take a student hostage to investigate a debris field?
Even if he did, breaking into the infirmary and letting Nana send a distress call was a sloppy strategy. Of course I'd be the first person she contacted.
So that's why you called me afterwards. I did hear Navora say you've had her in the infirmary all this time. You were keeping an eye on her then.
I was waiting for her to show her hand. Until then, it was all speculation. I needed to see her end the act to be sure. Immortal, 1,000 faces. We've managed to gather quite a bit of intel on the Grand Architect. If I'm not mistaken, there should be something more important hidden in this room. Otherwise, she wouldn't have called it a prize.
I'm gonna say something, but I want to see if I can save that whole clip.
After a shock.
This is the first time we've seen a headshot. A brutal headshot.
Well,
This is a testament to my connection with the world around me. And it's very much my companion now. Bearing witness to everything I've experienced on this journey.
Here's something to keep in mind, though. I know we're talking about the headshot that Luke pulled on, Chiron, but can we just discuss the fact that we just witnessed someone get shot and die? Warren's dead. She shot him. Luke dodging made the bullet hit Warren. Warren's dead. We just saw someone get shot. Twice. We saw someone get shot twice. First it was Warren, he's dead, and then Luke. Well, basically going through this. Like, look at this! Look at this! Such a clean headshot! That is John Wick levels of clean.
Is that any way to treat a student?
And the fact that it literally shows the bullet wound in the middle of her head. Wuthering Waves is getting a little bit more brutal when you... Getting a little bit more brutal when you think about it. Okay, let's move on. Because I was thinking to myself, Warren's got to go. He's threatening students, trying to take them hostage after everything that's happened. And when Luke said he's unconscious, so I'm thinking like, oh Lord, he's just going to be imprisoned again. No, he's dead. He died because the Grand Architect literally shot him. On screen. We were going dark? It would seem so. I don't mind a little maturity. Especially if the story's good.
These are personnel files from the Skyark space station. This lettering. Do you recall the lead researcher on the Etheric Sea Initiative? The one we saw in the hologram during our first visit?
Professor Junchi.
Yes. During his lecture, he mentioned a scholar who had just joined the project, Wei Ying, but his introduction was cut short. I've found that scholar's record in the system, and her name. The letters of this name are a perfect match with those engraved on that pen.
Are you saying that scholar is the Grand Architect?
According to these records, the Etheric Sea Initiative was stalled due to a lack of funding. until she joined. Then, it was pushed back on track. Her involvement influenced the CSC's decision on this project. But everything else about her birthplace, employment history, or academic background is missing.
Sounds like another identity borrowed by the Grand Architect.
Indeed. It seems we've just traced this thousand-faced individual back to an even earlier point in Solaris' history. These records also show Wei Ying took great interest in the CSC and Etheric Sea initiative during that period. That must be why she infiltrated the Skyark space station.
The universe. What secrets is it hiding behind all those infinite stars? I really want to know.
And about that footage... No need to explain. The fewer people who know about your secret, the better. It just occurred to me that this wasn't a coincidence. If her goal in the past involved you, then it's something to keep in mind on your journey ahead.
The Etheric Sea. That might have been my entry point to Solaris after leaving my distant homeland. Wei Ying was interested in the Etheric Sea before its planet-wide spread. Did she want to use it as a medium to reach somewhere beyond? I will. Given her nature, it's only a matter of time before we meet again. The more she appears, the more she gives away. If she enjoys playing games, then it means she'll follow some rules at least. Otherwise, she'd die of boredom.
Huh. Exactly. And as I've said before, sometimes style, personal taste, and ambition can be more revealing than intended. The Fractsidus has more than one base in Solaris, and I'm far from the only one with a grudge or an interest in their activities. Until now, the Grand Architect has been like a reflection in water. She never appears as her own person, only by the faces of the already dead. But now, her fascination with what lies beyond all those infinite stars is a thread we can pull. We can start identifying which schemes bear her signature. And the Court of Savante, since our Grand Architect has taken interest in them before, a trip to Mengzhou may be worth a visit.
The Court of Savante was active in Mengzhou?
Just a rumor. They say a city was built there under their direction. There may be clues there. As for the new Federation, you'll likely end up there eventually if you plan to counter the Fractsidus' operations in the future. But not now. Things are too complicated over there, and they handle resonators differently. Even with the Black Shore's backing, going in unprepared would be serious risk.
I'll be cautious. Before Navora, did you find any other traces of this Grand Architect in lahai-roi?
Yes. There is this one thing, but it's only speculation. About how Imeth disappeared. From what you told me, she died from overclocking trying to stop the Threnodian over a decade ago. After that incident, the Academy detected cracks on the Threnodian seal in the depths of Biarter Woods. The damage seemed intentional.
You mean?
I believe it was the Grand Architect who damaged the seal, and that led to Imeth's death.
Oh, no.
Lucila's people will handle things here now. We should leave.
To where?
Let's go clear our minds. You shouldn't sit with this alone.
Bro, if the Grand Architect?
Any further thoughts?
No. You can't just drop that and expect me to just let the conversation go forward. Bro, it's because of the Grand Architect messing with the Threnodian that led to Rover losing his daughter? No! Yes, Ramil! Now it's personal! Now our vendetta against the Fraxidus is now personal. This goes beyond just simply saving the world. This dude, this immortal man, now needs to die. Our motivations have changed. It's no longer about stopping them and stopping the lament just to save the world. Now it's to stop them, stop the lament, save the world, and avenge Rover's daughter. It is seriously personal now. Bro, the damage on the Threnodian was intentional. Just so Imeth could die. It's Charon's fault. He did it on purpose. It wasn't Imeth overclocking. It was the it was Charon messing with stuff. And that's what led to her death. Oh, we gonna need to kill him.
I keep wondering if the choices I made in the past were the right ones. I still don't know why I chose to erase my memories. That one decision cost me my grip on everything. It made me leave so many people behind. You, Imeth, those at the Black Shores, and probably more I don't even know or remember now. I pulled everyone into my grand plan to save the world. And when it mattered most, I wasn't even there. If we can't save Imeth, she'll just be forgotten, left to drift in the void forever.
Even if that hadn't happened, your path was always destined to diverge from most of ours. You know your lifespan is immense. Barring some accident, most of us will leave this world long before you. Death and goodbyes are a final lesson no one escapes. But for you, it's a question that lingers for an exceptionally long time.
You're right.
Since you already know that, you should also see that everyone else has already given their answer. You're still the same person you were before. Just as resilient, still bringing hope to others. That's why, after all these years, we're still willing to stand with you.
Some more than others.
And it's not because you're a supposed savior. It's because you've always been you. And we're not just doing this for you. We're doing it for Solaris. For the future we all chose to fight for. We chose this path ourselves. You have nothing to feel guilty for. One can only move forward by making peace with what's lost. You taught me that a long time ago. In the end, I failed to find my father's murderer. I failed to protect Rhine. I failed to protect my own family.
But your brother is still alive. You're alive. There's still hope. You did everything you could.
Who knows when I'll wake up next time.
Then we'll make a promise, Luke. We'll see each other again next winter. You'll open your eyes, and I'll be standing right here, just like today.
Come now. Enough with that face. Some candy?
You always carry candy with you. You sure they really work?
As in...
It'll help take the edge off and lighten the mood? Your words.
Ah, that. Honestly, not really. It's become more of a habit of mine. As a boy, I'd have one whenever things felt too big to handle. The sweetness was a distraction, something to look forward to. Later, after I inherited Naviale, I realized there were still so many things I couldn't control. So I'd eat them to cope, especially when I was up to my neck in trouble thanks to my business associates. Even after I left the company and set out to follow the Fraxidus' trail on my own, I'd be chewing on one while I watched those who helped me die right in front of me. Still powerless, it seems. So I've come to believe that no matter how strong a person becomes, not everything can be done perfectly. In life, many things are beyond our control. But I still enjoy candy. It reminds me that meeting people is still a gift, even if I know I might lose them one day. If you let grief and anger burn you out, you become obsessed with results. You forget the joy you felt along the way. A little sweetness helps keep the numbness at bay.
I'll have one of your candies.
How does it taste?
Luke, my chances of saving Armeth, they're pretty slim, aren't they?
They are. You'll need a miracle. But you've always been good at making those happen.
Thanks for the candy.
You're very welcome.
All that sunlight touches. Done. Let's see, our expedition bike goes up again. Claim those free stuffs, because you know a lot free stuff. Still need to go through here and do everything that needs to be done. I got 18 days to take care of it. 18 days to get it knocked out. 9 days to pass the Migration Mayhem, 7 normal and rein back Migration Mayhem. So I still got time. But let's go ahead and put some points into some other things as well. And make our motorbike even better than before. Trophy. The taste of sweetness. Complete all that sunlight touches. Yes, we have... So, okay, alright, so about this whole thing, and I'll bring it to a close. We'll get this done in under 2 hours, that's amazing. And I should be able to tune in to Warframe's dev stream that's happening right now. Hopefully I'll be able to tune in to enough. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it up on Twitch on my phone so that way I can start earning some rewards. Let's see, watch for 30 minutes. Yep, if I watch it right now, then I should have enough time to tune in. Let's see, what it'll give me. Fused TF Archon Shard. Cool. Awesome, okay, I have plenty of time, I can get this done. Let's discuss this real quick. I still gotta do this. I still gotta do this. And claim all this other stuff. I'm so glad that this stuff is permanent so I can get all the rewards from here. But... So you mean to tell me... Oh. Ooh, Nightmare Hecate. Interesting. Okay. So, we can all agree that Charon needs to go. To find out he's the reason why Imeth ended up the way she did. This now has gone from being just like a story stake, like an action-oriented stake, into being a personal stake due to the fact that Imeth, our favorite little singer idol pilot girl, her fate and her current state is the result of Charon basically messing with things he shouldn't have been messing with. And this is the reason why she ended up the way she did. I'm also glad that I got her weapon as well, so I'm so happy about that. I'm still working to level her. But now we got other places we need to go to. Mungjo, what is it? Mungjo or Mungjo? Mungjo and the New Federation. Looks like we got new places that we're going to be visiting in the future. The New Federation, I feel, is going to be possibly one of the most interesting places to visit simply because we heard so much about it. Now, lahai-roi we heard a little bit about, but we knew it was going to be like an academy place. But the New Federation, I can't wait to see what they do for that. Also, going back to Charon posing as Navora, I had a feeling, I felt like something was odd. Because with all these new characters that we've seen, especially ones that have like, you know, more ornate designs than other characters, the only people that we've seen that were essentially brand new and were confirmed to be Resonators was Sigrica and Lucilla. But Navora was not shown to be a future Resonator. So that was a bit of a cue right there, that Navora may not actually appear as a resonator, but she has some story significance. But who knew that she was essentially Charon wearing her face? Because remember what Luke said. Charon, the Grand Architect, doesn't make faces of people, doesn't make copies of faces of people. Can't make people up on the spot. So the people he appear as are people who are already dead, which means that whoever Navora was beforehand, the real Navora, she's gone. Charon does not, borrow faces. He doesn't necessarily borrow faces, but he doesn't copy other people to pose as them. He basically takes the faces of people who are already dead. So Navora, the real one, yeah, she's gone. Anyone who appeared that way, best idle animation, by the way, her appearing on the screen as a little 8-bit, yeah, that really is good. I wanted to do a short of that, but it's kind of hard for people to see that particular animation in a short, simply because you just get like the landscape view. I had to shut up there because that's actually going to be a short. Hold on. Can I capture the whole thing? Nope. I gotta roll it back 3 minutes. Gotta roll it back 3 minutes because I wanna turn that into a short. That little hum there that you did. Yeah. I'll turn it into a short later. I'm dead. The Grand Architect decided to play cute just to get the pen back. Seriously, all this extra, all this nonsense, just to get my pen back. It's literally like, what is it? It's literally like the leprechaun from Leprechaun going,
"It smells like me gold. I'm come for me gold. I need me gold back. You are going to give me gold."
it's like yada yada. It's like, I'm doing all of this because you have my pen. Literally like Gollum chasing after Bilbo saying,
"Lost! My precious is lost!"
Or Gollum following Frodo because he has the one ring and he's following everyone all the way through the mines. Imagine in future patches, Frolova is introduced as a transfer student. After all, she quit the Fraxidus in 2.7. Now she's on her own. That'd be something. That would be something. But the way things are setting up, yeah, Rover now has a even greater personal reason to take on the Grand Architect and see if even an immortal being can bleed. And the fact that, can we just talk about how much more brutal this was a side story. This was a side story that introduced showing people getting shot in the head. Warren dead because the Grand Architect shot him. We saw him get shot. And then Luke, with the absolutely flawless headshot John Wick accuracy, shooting Navora in the head, and her getting back up very creepy-like, and we see the bullet wound in her skull. Mind you, no blood, but still. So yeah, the game is getting way more serious.
I will be there for
Arrow
everyone.
Rover is now
As we head
S6,
toward our
right?
shared
I
future,
believe
leaving
so.
the past behind.
Yeah. I believe the last mission we did allowed Rover to be Arrow 6. Damage multiplier of resonance skill unbound flow is increased by 30%. Yeah, Arrow Rover is already S6 now. I'm so glad that by doing quests, you can get that done for Rover. I'm so grateful for that. What new stuff did we get? Okay, there's stuff for luuk herrson. I neglected to do the ones for Sonic, so I didn't get the one for Sonic or Knuckles. So, Sonic or Shadow. So I kind of didn't get that. But story-wise, I am very interested in seeing how the narrative continues going forward. I really am. That means we're going to get a new element soon, hopefully Fusion Rover with him transforming into the Sigillum, the armor. That would be interesting, because then it would call into question, if he could turn into Sigillum, the armor, could he still also summon Sigillum to fight alongside him, like like our L2s? Because I believe I have Sigillum for Imeth. I believe I have Sigillum for her. Because, yeah, summon Sigillum to attack enemies dealing fusion damage when equipped in the main slot by Imeth grants resonance liberation damage bonus. Yeah, having Sigillum for Imeth gives Imeth bonus liberation, resonance liberation damage bonus. So if Rover was to be fusion as well, I wonder how that would work. So that's something else we got to think about as well. Also, these are my stats that I have for Imeth. And apparently, making sure she has energy regen is apparently a good thing. So I'm probably still going to work on that, because some of these, not this, some of these echoes I have, they have energy regen and critical damage, but I want them to have critical rate as well. But I need to see what the collective thing to gain for them is. This one here, I think it's fine, because it has energy regen, resonance, liberation, damage, bonus, and crit rate. So I think this one's fine. I feel like this one, I need to probably try and roll again and get a better one. Yeah, I feel like I should probably try and get a better one for this one, so it can have better stats. I don't know. Maybe I can. Maybe I can. And I don't have one of these things in order to change the cost of it. Oh, wait. I already increased that one. I'll work on it later. Sorry. I'm holding you guys up. I said I was going to end this before we hit 2 hours. But to think we have a personal stake in seeing the Grand Architect fall, because Rover lost his daughter. No offense, but the amount of your 5 stars you have while being free to play makes me sick, because it's not fair. Your luck is too good. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Who would have thought that I would be...
As we head toward our shared future.
Yeah, these are all the...
behind.
Sort by level.
I'll do my
Hold on.
Anything I can help
Sort
you with?
by rarity. Confirm.
I'll be there for everyone.
Yeah, these are all the 5 stars I
As we
have.
head toward our shared future.
Rover,
Leaving the
Cardathea,
past behind.
Imeth, Galbrenna, Phoebe,
Today, may
Jinchi,
I pray
Frolova,
for hopefully
Verena,
we'll make
Cantarella,
time
Encore,
for another adventure.
the Fraud,
I'll do my best.
and Janzin.
Nice.
And then I got all the
Let's
4
reach farther
stars.
destinations together.
I will be there for
But
everyone.
yeah, for me to have all
as we
these
head
5
toward our
stars,
shared
including
future.
quite a few good ones, it is quite amazing that me
Hopefully,
being a
we'll
free-to-play
make new
player who
friends.
has yet to put a single cent into this game, not even to get like the bonus asteroids every week kind of bonus thing. Yeah,
will
I
be
thank
there for
God
everyone
that I've been able to get all
as we
these
head toward our
characters.
shared
Because
future.
it's been
leaving the
it
past
could
behind.
only be God for me to be able to get these characters, and oftentimes I get them and have absolutely no currency left. I literally have only 1 pull left, and it turns out that I get these characters that I really want. Especially if my heart is set on them, I tend to get these characters. So I'm it's nothing that I have done. It's just that God's been good to me. That's all I can say about these characters I get from this. But I am looking forward to where the story's going to go and how crazy things are going to get as the Fraxidus tries to go after a literal space Threnodian. And just how much more dangerous things are about to be for everyone when the very concept of a giant space alien that can open up space gates is going to do to the planet itself, and the lore we learn as we go. Frolova is the best Havoc DPS. Chissa was her sub DPS. Well, I need to work on leveling Frolova then, because I really do need to change up my group. I need to change up my group because my team is not optimized, especially with me trying to take on the Nameless Explorer. The Nameless Explorer has resistance to Cardathea, who is, I want to say, currently my strongest character. Because Rover is not strongest. I mainly just use him to heal everybody else. But Cardathea is my strongest person here. But Imeth, I really want to work on that. So, yeah, I'll work on those characters. But, you know, trying to farm the Nameless Explorer with characters that are weak to him and he's resistant to their elements, it tends to be drawn out just a little bit. Which is why I've been slowly working on Imeth's skills as a whole. But ladies and gentlemen, we've hit 2 hours, 2 hours and a minute, and I covered everything that I wanted to cover for the segue after story for all that sunlight touches, and I am looking forward to our next Wuthering Waves session, which could possibly be us seeing a preview of where the story is going to go, as they tend to do, like a 3.2 preview. And also the new Resonators we're probably going to be seeing as well, which could more than likely be Sigrica and Lucilla. If anything, I'll probably try and go after Lucilla, because she just looks cool. She's the president of the Academy, and I really hope she's Electro, but we'll see. We'll see. But that's all I got. Your account needs an actual support like Mornier or Shorekeeper. I know. Ain't it crazy that the only way I could get Shorekeeper... Hold on, let me see. The only way I could get Shorekeeper is if I went down the moonlit path. If I went down the moonlit path, I could get Shorekeeper. However, the only way to obtain moonlit rings is to take part in this. And that's the only way to get them. If there was another way to get them, then I would, but I can't. Yeah, there's only one way to get them. So that's one way I can get Shorekeeper for a good support, but you know. Yeah. That's the only way. That's the only way. Yeah, that's the only way. That's the only way you can get, like, the moonlit rings. Just wait till rerun. Oh, yeah, I am. It gave me a free starter gift, which was what? Just like a, just one lustrous tide. But I'm not taking part in this because as a free-to-play player, I want to show people that you don't have to spend a single dime in Wuthering Waves to get some of the best characters and have the most fun in it. I want this, and this is my vow. This is my vow to everyone right here. I will never spend a single cent on Wuthering Waves, and I'm still going to be able to get the characters that come out. I want my entire coverage of Wuthering Wave on this channel to be an example of I get to take in all the best stuff that the game has to offer without spending a single cent. I can get all these characters without spending a single cent. I can get their weapons without spending a single cent. I want this whole coverage of Wuthering Waves to be an example. You don't need to max out your character's skill tree in order to get the best out of them. Veins of the Frostlands. Oh wait, that's a little story thing that I gotta still do. All right, I'm getting caught up in everything else. I need to go ahead and bring it to a close. Even though I said I was going to stop, I gotta go ahead and bring it to a close. But Don, Ramil, everyone else who showed up here today, this was a nice little segue story, and I'm looking forward to the next thing Wuthering Waves does. Know that I am going to continue to cover this game until they stop doing stuff for it. But as long as they keep doing stuff for Wuthering Waves, I'm going to keep covering it for you guys on this channel. But I'm done for today. It's time for me to look forward to the rest of my day, do some other stuff, and then prepare for the One Piece reflection tomorrow, because tomorrow is the last day of February. So I'm looking forward to that. But to everyone, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Even check out the membership and Patreon, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. And because I know you're coming back anyway. Have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!
Huh.